Hello everyone, welcome to the next video lecture of Interconnected Power System. Myself Himanshu Joshi, I am an assistant professor in Sri Labhubhai Trivedi Institute of Engineering and Technology, Rajkot. So we will continue our topic, that is the generator operating cost. Now in this graph I have shown the characteristics of output power versus generator operating cost, or we can say that fuel cost or input energy rate. So in this graph shows the how much or how the output power will be vary if we compare that output power with operating cost, fuel cost or input energy rate. So you can say that this graph is in terms of non-linear and it has 2 points. First point is megawatt minimum, second point is megawatt maximum. Now this graph will not start from 0. You can see that this graph is not starts with 0 and it will starts at some minimum point, and ends at some maximum point. So what does it mean? It means that any generating unit cannot be run at 0. It must have to run, or it must have to generate some minimum megawatt power. If it is not requirement of that unit, then also we cannot turn off that unit. We have to run that unit at some minimum megawatt power, because at 0 it is uneconomical. If we run or if we close the unit, then the closing of that unit is uneconomical condition. If we run at that particular unit at some minimum megawatt requirement, then it is becomes somewhat economical operation. If we close that unit, then it becomes uneconomical. In the same way, we cannot go beyond this megawatt maximum, because it is technically not possible to generate the power beyond the maximum rating. So our graph runs between these 2 points, that is the megawatt minimum and megawatt maximum, and this discontinuities is due to the opening and closing of valve based on the demand. If the demand will increase, then we have to increase we have to open the more number of valves. If demand is decreased, then we have to close the valves. So that opening and closing, due to that opening and closing, this line or this curves becomes discontinuous. So it is called the output power versus generator operating cost, or output power versus fuel cost, or output power versus input energy rate graph. Again I will repeat, it will runs between these 2 points, megawatt minimum and megawatt maximum. Beyond the megawatt maximum technically is not possible, and beyond this megawatt minimum it is becomes uneconomical to run the plant. Now the second graph is heat rate curve. Now you have to mark the unit of this term, that is the fuel cost is given by rupees per hour, input energy rate is given by million kilocalories per hour. Same way heat rate is given by million kilocalorie per megawatt hour. Now heat rate curve is somewhat like this. So now let's understand that why this shape is like this. If you see that if you consider this point, then you can see that at this particular heat rate is maximum, but output is very much less. If you consider this point, then at this point heat rate is too much, heat rate is very much high, but the output is very low. So this point can be explained by means of this, that this is the starting of particular generating unit. That means initially boiler needs too much heat to generate the power. So initially boiler will consume too much energy, that means the energy required to heat itself, that means energy required to heat the boiler. So initial heat consumes by boiler, and due to that output power is very much low. After that, you can see at this point, after that heat rate comes down and output power will increase. So this is the stable point at which output power is high and heat rate is very much low. So this heat rate curve is given by this. Initially heat rate is very much high because boiler needs energy to heat up itself, and after that the system becomes stable, boiler has enough energy, so output power will increase. So this is the heat rate curve and it is given by this shape. Now let us try to derive the formula for input energy rate. Let us try to derive the formula for input energy rate. We know that input energy rate is given by the million kilocalories per hour. That means for 1 hour we need million kilocalories to generate the output power. Now this input energy rate is given by the formula, that is the output power multiplied by heat rate. So now why this formula will come? So you compare the unit of output power and heat rate. So output power unit is megawatt, heat rate is given by million kilocalories per megawatt hour. So you can see that this megawatt cancel out by this megawatt. So the rest of the unit becomes million kilocalories per hour. So this is the unit of input energy rate. So we can say that input energy rate is equal to output power multiplied by heat rate. Clear? So I will note this input energy rate by notation Fi of Pgi. Fi stands for input energy rate, Pgi stands for power for ith unit. So we can say that this is the input energy rate for ith unit power. Output power I will denote it by Pgi, that means power, output power of ith unit, and heat rate is noted by Hi of Pgi, that means heat rate of ith unit or heat rate required to generate the Pg amount of power of ith unit. So the formula for input energy rate is finally given by Fi of Pgi is equal to Pgi multiplied by Hi of Pgi, and its unit is million kilocalories per hour. Now let add some economical term in this formula. Ultimately we have to shift these all the terms in terms of economy. So let us consider the economical term in this equation. Suppose let the cost of fuel will be k rupees per million kilocalories. Let suppose the cost of fuel will be k rupees per million kilocalories, then input fuel cost, this is the notation which is used for fuel cost, Ci of Pgi. Input fuel cost will be k into Fi of Pgi. Now how this formula will come? Ci of Pgi is equal to K into Fi of Pgi. Where it comes? Now consider the unit of K is rupees per million kilocalories. K rupees for 1 million kilocalories. Now the unit of Fi of Pgi is million kilocalories per hour. Now if the cost of K rupees for 1 million kilocalories, then what will be the cost of this much of million kilocalories? So I have to directly multiply the cost with Fi of Pgi, and that is why I have written Ci of Pgi is equal to K into Fi of Pgi, K into Fi of Pgi. That is why this formula will come. So now we will put the value of Fi of Pgi over here. Fi of Pgi is given by Pgi into Hi of Pgi. So finally Ci of Pgi is equal to K into Fi of Pgi. Now I will put the value of Fi of Pgi. So final equation of Ci becomes K into Pgi into Hi of Pgi. Final cost will be K into Pgi into Hi of Pgi. Now we have to find the value of Hi of Pgi. Now we have to find the value of Hi of Pgi. Hi of Pgi is nothing but the heat rate for the ith unit, heat rate of ith unit. So from the heat rate curve, we can find the value of Hi of Pgi. So this is the heat rate curve that we have already learned. Now based on that graph, we can write the Hi of Pgi is equal to Ai dash upon Pgi plus Bi dash plus Ci dash into Pgi. Now you have a question that from where this equation will come. So based on the practical data, this is the graph we have drawn from the practical data. That means we have supply a 1 unit and we will continuously measure the output power based on the heat rate that is generated in the boiler. So based on that single point, we have marked the each and every point. We have marked the reading of each and every point, and finally we will connect all the points one by one. So based on that practical data, we have drawn this graph. Now there are lots of mathematical tool which will gives us the equation based on the curve. It is known as curve fitting. That tool is known as curve fitting. That tool is known as curve fitting. So based on that curve tool, we have write the equation that is based on the curve fitting tools. So based on this graph, curve fitting tool gives the directly equation, and that equation is nothing but that I have written over here. Hi of Pgi is equal to Ai dash upon Pgi plus Bi dash plus Ci dash into Pgi. So this is the equation that we have taken from the curve fitting tool. So now I will put the value of Hi of Pgi over here. I will put the value of Hi of Pgi. So our equation will be Fi of Pgi equal to Pgi into Hi of Pgi. Now put the value of Hi of Pgi that we have taken from the curve fitting tool. So final equation Fi of Pgi equal to Pgi into Ai dash upon Pgi plus Bi dash plus Ci dash into Pgi. Now we will multiply the Pgi with this bracket. So final equation of input energy rate is equal to Fi of Pgi. If we multiply the Pgi with this, then Pgi will be cancelled. So over here the remaining term will be Ai dash plus Bi dash into Pgi plus PGI multiply with this term. So over here PGI into PGI becomes PGI square. So the final equation of Fi into PGI equal to Ai dash plus Bi dash into PGI plus Ci dash into PGI square. So this is our next equation, equation number 4. Now again include the cost term. Final equation for the cost that we know already, that we have written over here, this Ci into PGI equal to K into Fi of PGI. Now based on that equation, we will put the value of Fi of PGI in that equation, equation of cost. So finally Ci of PGI equal to K into Fi of PGI. So Ci of PGI equal to K. Now we will put the value of Fi of PGI over here. So Ci of PGI equal to K into Ai dash plus K into Bi dash into PGI plus K into Ci dash into PGI square. Now this is the constant K into Ai dash. I can write that as simply Ai. K into Bi dash I will write simply as Bi, and K into Ci dash I will simply write as Ci dash. So this is the equation for the cost to generate the Pg amount of power at ith unit of particular plant, and that is equal to Ai plus Bi into PGI plus Ci dash into PGI square. We know that the cost, unit of cost is rupees per hour. So this is the final equation for generator operating cost. Now I simply take the differentiation, first order differentiation of this cost, and that first order differentiation is called incremental fuel cost, or simply called incremental cost. Why this term is known as incremental cost? Now to understand that, we have to understand what does it mean dCi upon dPgi. That simply means that if I want to change certain amount of or certain megawatt of change in my output power, then what should be the change in cost? Clear? If I want, suppose delta x megawatt of change, suppose my plant is x megawatt, and I want to increase the generation from x megawatt to delta x megawatt, and suppose for this x megawatt I have a cost will be a rupees per hour. Suppose to generate the x amount or x megawatt of power, the cost required is a rupees per megawatt or a rupees per hour, and if I will change my generation from x megawatt plus delta x megawatt, then what amount of change I need in cost? That is known as incremental fuel cost. That means my cost is a rupees per hour. Now my cost will increase by a plus dA. Why this cost will increase? Because I will change my generation from x megawatt to x plus delta x megawatt. So to increase the generation delta x megawatt, I have to increase my cost from a to a plus dA, and that dA is known as incremental cost. It is called incremental cost, and its unit is again rupees per megawatt hour. That means to increase this amount of or this megawatt of power, I need this amount of rupees. So its unit is rupees per megawatt, and the first order differentiation of generator operating cost is known as incremental fuel cost. This is one of the most important definition or topic from this chapter. So I can take the first order differentiation for this equation Ci of PGI equal to Ai plus Bi into PGI plus Ci into Pgi square. So I will differentiate with respect to Pgi. So Ai is constant, so its differentiation equal to 0. Differentiation of Pgi is 1. So over here simply Bi plus as it is. Differentiation of Pgi square is given by 2 Pgi. So the equation becomes 2 Ci into Pgi. So incremental fuel cost equation is Bi plus 2 Ci into Pgi rupees per megawatt hour. So this is the equation of incremental fuel cost. It is given by Bi plus 2 Ci into Pgi. So with this we will conclude our session. Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, any question, you can give your doubt or question in comment section also. You can also WhatsApp me, you can message me, and you can give your question or doubt by means of email also. Thank you very much.